I'm Tara Orwell, and this is my first anti-haul. What is an anti-haul? It's basically getting cards and, getting rid of them because I'm tired of them. So, yeah, there's that. All right, I know it's difficult to get rid of cards, but you have to do it sometime, and this is the time. The Muse. I don't like the Muse. I liked it for a couple of weeks. The repetition of mirroring the lack of any male energy whatsoever, the kings being a muse, and again, the mirror imaging of Photoshop, the Photoshop nature of the deck, more mirror imaging. I'm just burned out on it. Now, the Lightseer's Tarot is a perfect replacement for that. The Lightseer's Tarot has a nice blend of male and female energy. It doesn't have the sideways cards. It has great graphics. It has a unique style to it. Everything about it is wonderful. The Lightseer's Tarot is going to be my replacement for the Muse. I mean, I really don't need both. So I'm just getting rid of the Muse. I really wish that it would have been a little different, but I got to get rid of it. So that is the first one to go. So I guess I will shove it onto eBay and hope for the best. Hope for the best. Selling things on eBay is always a charm. It's always a pleasure. All right, the next one is the Crystal Visions Tarot. I bought this in 2011. I bought this in 2011. You've never seen it on the stream for good reason. It's so insanely laminated. Look, I'm trying to just spread the cards. Look how laminated this is. It's so insanely laminated. And I'm not into this anymore. I'm not into it anymore. I can't remember the last time I've used this. The Crystal Visions Tarot. I mean, it looks so samey. Man. And I mean, this is coming from somebody who just made a deck that looks really samey, so whatever. But I mean, yeah, I'm not impressed with it. I can't remember the last time I've used it. I can't remember the last time. I don't sync up with it. I don't like it. The difficulty in spreading the cards, everything about it, I just don't like. So I've hardly ever used it. Anyway, to replace this, I mean, I can pretty much use any tarot I want, including the Hobbit Tarot, which has any U.S. games tarot, pretty much is sort of, the same, but Hobbit Tarot is such a fantastic replacement for this. That is what I'm going to end up doing. I'm just going to end up getting rid of the Crystal Visions Tarot, see what I can get for it on eBay, and, good luck, and with all that. So the next one is the Spirit Animal Tarot. It looks so good. But I don't resonate with this one at all. I have a lot of problems trying to resonate with this thing. I'm having a rough time. I'm telling you now, I'm having a rough time resonating with it. I like the book. Thought the book was cool. I like the overall cards, but I put these cards down and I just can't get into it. So, I mean, I realize we got Earth Father, we got the rat, the four fossils. I mean, the graphics are cute. I like it. It just looks too much like a children's story for me. And that's coming from, somebody who uses the, coming from somebody who uses the Playful Heart Tarot. But the Playful Heart Tarot has a style to it. It has this unique style to it that I don't think that the Spirit Animal just does. So to replace the Spirit Animal, I'm going with the Playful Heart Tarot. Really enjoy the Playful Heart. I've always had a good time with this. I've never used the Playful Heart and went, I want to use something else. But I picked this up live on stream and tried to use it, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just don't resonate with it at all. And if I don't resonate with it, I'm not going to use it, right? So the next one is the Charles Dickens Tarot. I was so excited about this. I'm not like a huge Charles Dickens fan, but I do like some of the books. I like that they go into great detail about the magician Charles Dickens. We go into detail over here about the magician. I like that it can relate to some Charles Dickens books, etc., etc. The killer for me is the borders, just this a massive amount of characters from a massive amount of books. So if you're coming in dry, and you don't know who Kit Nubbles is, you don't know who Paul Dombey is, and I gotta go look it up every single time, it feels more like an Oracle deck. And the landscape nature, just the way this is presented, I don't know. I don't want to read every single Charles Dickens book just to get a feel for how this goes. I mean, I like the packaging. I like the little book. I don't like the border at all. And I think, I don't know, I just don't want to go through. And part of having a story deck is that you need to, I mean, part of having a story deck is you need to know these characters, because if I pick this up, I'm not really sure what card that is. What card is that, right? So unless you have memorized it, work with this every single day, what card is that? Can you guess what tarot card that is, right? So you need to memorize a large portion of stuff from that. I just don't want to do that. I'm not in love with it. I've read a few Charles Dickens books. The problem with Charles Dickens books, in my mind, is that a lot of the humor, a lot of the plot twists are based upon the time that it was written, and the society rules, the politeness rules, and all of the other sort of interaction with other people rules then are so drastically different from now that I just can't get into some of the Charles Dickens stories. I just can't get into it. I'm like, it's dragging on. There are a lot of classics that have really not aged well, and that's going to be one of them for me. Just for me. Fantasy Cats Oracle. Man, I complained about this nonstop when it came out. I mean, there's so few cards. Look at the amount of space left in the box. So, numerous problems with this one. It's my fault for not reading that it only had 30 cards. That's my fault. I'm going to give that to you now. Cute little book. The cards are just really disappointing. The first thing that you'll notice is there's hardly any cards. So if I'm going to get an Oracle, I need a lot of cards. That really sort of brings it home. And the fact that these look so drastically different than these, and the fact that we have some that are sideways, some that are not, I don't mind that. But it seems these were an afterthought almost to the main ones. And it also seems that the cats are sort of an afterthought as well. Like, I have a lamp. Let me add a cat. Let me add a cat to it. I have a horn. Let me add a cat. Some of these feel like we just added a cat in Photoshop later. Especially like this one. We just added a cat later. I'm not saying all of them are like that. This one, for example, is very cat-centric. That was designed with a cat in mind. This one, maybe not so much. I'm not sure. Some of these just don't. I mean, this one was designed with a cat. The number of cards just kills me. That's not a lot of cards. And I'm going to end up getting the same cards over and over every single time. I'm not impressed, and this is not something that I want to keep. So yeah, I've been wanting to get rid of this since the day I got it. So look at all that space left up. Not impressed with that. To replace this, we're going with the Grimalkin Tarot. The Grimalkin Tarot by MJ is such a great, I realize we're replacing an oracle with a tarot, bear with me. It's such a great conglomeration of cool images. It's got a lot of extra things you can sort of feed into your intuition. and get, some decent stuff in there. So the Grow Alcantara is definitely my replacement for the Fantasy Cats Oracle. And I realize that's sort of cheating, replacing an Oracle with a tarot. But I mean, I'm just saying. I am just saying. So the last one I'm replacing is the Dark Wood Tarot, which is already out the door. I'm replacing that with the same graphic artist makes a Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, which is coming out. The Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot looks like it has more image variety. It looks better organized overall. And it just looks like a complete winner. So anyway, so there you go. That is my anti-haul and what I'm going to be replacing these decks with. Let me know if you absolutely adore any of these and you're like, no, don't get rid of it, or anything like that. But yeah, some of these I just don't resonate with, and they gotta go. So yeah, that happens sometimes. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.